Hi everyone, welcome to the Purvida YouTube. Today I'm going to show you the 3 best hip openers I know. Probably picked the worst day to come up here. There's something happening over there, there's drilling happening behind me. So I'm apologizing right now if you do hear those annoying sounds. Anyway, those 3 best hip openers. Let's begin with the first one. By the way, if you're new, please subscribe. There'll be loads of sessions in the week. Everything from mindset, meditation, breath work, movement, injury prevention, and cool nutritional snippets. Cool. So the first hip opener is known as the world's best hip opener. So with this one, you want to bring this back foot in like this. Then with this front leg, it wants to come to the side. Now where you feel it most safe and comfortable really depends per person. I mean, some people it might be there if you're really tight, some people will be fully out like this. You really just got to work what feels right for you. And all you're going to do from there is sit into the hips, make sure the knee trails the toes. What you're going to find here is a deep stretch in the groin here, but at the same time, a deep stretch in one of the hip flexors here, the tensor fasciae latae. This is very good because if you think how a lot of us are sitting all day, we become very rigid within this, within this seated position. But once you do a hip opening like this, you're getting those hips open. You're telling the hips, hey, it's all good to open. Relax, open them out. Let's reduce some of that rigidity. So here, you're gonna hold 5 seconds. No, we're not gonna do the exercises today. I'm just gonna guide you what the best exercises that you can take away today. So here, you're sitting into the groin, hold for 5 seconds, keep your posture tall, sitting into this hip and this groin, and then push out. Once you're ready, go back in. I work about 5 to 6 repetitions. This one's really good before you squat, in the middle of the day if you want to open out your hips, at any time really, it's so good. And then out. Remember, 5 to 6 each side. And you can add a bit more, let's say, intensity to this. You can add a weight. The kettlebell, this will just keep your posture tall. So sometimes if you're just doing body weight, you can slack a little bit. With the kettlebell, it teaches you and reminds you that you need to keep your posture tall. So you'll hear kettlebell just stays in front, okay? I actually prefer it with the kettlebell because I like using a light weight as an anchor. So you're there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pushing out. Notice how my posture is really tall. Notice how this foot's a little bit further in because my right hip feels a bit stiffer today. Once again, 5 to 6 repetitions. Do this for about 3 sets. You'll really notice a difference straight away with this hip movement. You want to repeat as much as you can in the week because the more you do something, the better you respond and the better the body reacts and you get a better outcome, right? So that's hip movement number 1. Hip movement number 2, I need to find an anchor. So let's switch over here. Okay, hip opener number 2, you need an anchor and a resistance band. And we're gonna go into a frog position. There is an option, you don't need the resistance band, but I do find it helps you go deeper into the movement. It's a bit of like a weighted mobilization. So all you need to do is get your feet in to the band. Now when you're in position, obviously make sure this anchor doesn't move. You want to wrap it around the hip bones. A little bit of a torque, so you're just coming out a little bit. Then knees, well actually here's a good point. The more width in the knees, the deeper the stretch. Less width, less intense. So you're here, from this position you want to turn the feet out into a frog-like. Then onto your forearms, and what the band is doing, it's pulling you back. So it's adding that weighted resistance so your hips can fall a bit deeper and you just relax. Now there's 2 options you can do. You can just simply hold like this or go dynamic where you come out, ease off, and then push in. If you do hold, I recommend doing 1 to 3 minutes. Again, do as much in the week as you can if your hips do feel very tight. Obviously you're externally rotated here, so it's a very deep position. If you're sitting down all week, you will feel this quite intensely. But obviously, work what feels right for you. You do not need to go crazy with it. Please just take your time. If you're going dynamic, I like to go for 15 repetitions. So coming out, exhale in, inhale out, exhale in. Again, same with the static position. You just want to be doing this as much as you can in the week because, like I've said numerous times already, the more you do something, the better the outcome. And our last one, I'm going to take you back over there. The last one I want to show you is called hip aeroplanes. Now this one's so good because it adds a stability component, stability and strength and mobility. This is so good because it carries over to everything that we do in life. Think of how we walk, you know, we're stabilizing on the terrain that we're on. We have to prevent ourselves from falling over. We potentially have to be moving things around in our day. So stability is a huge component of hip mobility. So all you do need is an anchor to start as a beginner friendly version. It can be high, it can be low. Then you want to come into a single leg, kind of like a single leg Romanian deadlift position where the glutes are engaged, there's a slight bend in the knee. Actually, let me show you this side. This other leg straight as you can. Now what we want to focus on is opening this side. Notice how my hips come into external rotation here. Squeeze the butt muscles as much as you can. Fire up this glute. And then as you come in, supporting yourself, you're dropping this leg down while stretching this glute. So you're here, and then coming out, drive down, dropping this hip. So here, this leg strong, externally rotate, squeeze this butt muscle, hold for 5 seconds, then drive down, hold for 5 seconds. Once again, we are going to be working 5-second hold in this position, opening out as much as you can each time, and then hold in this position. So in this position, you're going to feel here. In this position, you should feel here and in the groin area. And if you wanted the intense version, you just go body weight. So you're here, opening out, notice there's a lot of stability, and then drive this leg in. Notice my arms, they are acting like an aeroplane. If you do choose this one, same process, 5-second hold here, and then 5-second hold down at the bottom. Once again, to get the best outcome, repeat as much as you can in the week. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed those 3. Repeat them as much as you can in the week. Get yourself a resistant band, a nice strong heavy one. The rest are just body weight, potentially with a kettlebell as well. So real low effort, not much equipment. It's going to help you tremendously with your training, with hip strength, hip stability, hip mobility, and just general health of the hips, the lower back, and the rest of the chain, even down to the knees and the ankles. So it's a good one. They really help me in the week. I hope they help you too. Like I said at the start, if you're new, please subscribe because I'm going full consistency intensity on this YouTube channel. Thanks for your time today. Catch up soon.